Okay, story time on how my baby daddy brother became my baby daddy. So, a little backstory. My second baby daddy, I was with him for 7 years. I was with him from 2016 till 2023. So, in between that time, so when I first met him, only, of course, my baby daddy, he had a younger sibling and then an older sister. So, from my understanding, those was his only two siblings. Well, like 2 years went by. I'm sorry, y'all. I heard something moving. Okay, like 2 years went by, and a brother came along. Okay, so I knew about that brother. Then, like a year later, they had a get together at his aunt's house, and another sister came along that was after him. So I knew about those two siblings. So I thought it was just five of them total. No more came along. Okay, 2023, me and him broke up in June 2023. Um, so we didn't speak, none of that. So in November 2023, the younger brother, I forgot to mention, I was very close to him, the one that I met when I first started talking to him. We was real close. That was like my baby brother. Still is. So he had texted me November 2023 and was like, hey, he was like 17 at the time. No, 16. He was like, hey, I'm on the run. And I ain't got nowhere to go. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, you can come here. And like, that's my brother. Like, so he came there and some dude was with him. Remind y'all, hey, I'm lit. I'm still trying to get over a 7-year relationship. So some dude brought him, and story time on how my baby daddy brother became my baby daddy. So the dude had brought him. My little brother had asked me, could dude come upstairs and use the bathroom at my house? I was like, yeah, that's cool. So the dude came in. He was cute or whatever. So I asked my little brother, I was like, who's that? He was like, that's my homeboy Q. I was like, oh, okay. That's what's up. He was like, well, I'm not leaving. I'm coming back upstairs. I'm finna go downstairs and smoke with Q before he leave. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll leave the door unlocked. So then my little brother texted me. He was like, what's your snap? Q on it. And I gave it to him because dude was cute. So dude started texting me, whatever. He was like, can we chill? I was like, yeah, that's cool. Y'all can come upstairs. I'm in the living room chilling. So they came upstairs. So we all ended up chilling that whole night. Okay, cool. They slept on the couch. I went in my room and went to sleep. Well, my little brother ended up letting Q stay with him, and they slept on the couch like a couple nights in my house. So Q was still texting me in the meantime. So we started talking or whatever. He started sleeping with me. So I didn't know that they had their clothes downstairs inside a Q car. That's another story. I didn't know they had their clothes down there in Q's car. So they happened to need clean clothes. I was like, oh, I got a laundry room. Y'all can bring y'all stuff up and I'll wash it. So they brought their stuff up, and I done their laundry. So I happened to find an ID when I was getting the clothes out of the washer, putting it in the dryer. And it was Q's picture on it. Well, the last name matched my second baby daddy's last name. Story time on how my baby daddy brother became my baby daddy. So I got the ID and I went in the living room and I was like, what's this? Like, you got the same last name as my baby daddy. He was like, who's your baby daddy? I'm not from down here. I'm from Nashville, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. So I was like, my baby daddy is so-and-so. And remind you, the little brother's just sitting there smirking, smiling, laughing. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And he was like, who's your baby daddy? And I told him again. He was like, oh man, that's my oldest brother, but we ain't close. I was like, but your little brother told me that you was his homeboy a couple nights ago. And he was like, I thought you knew who I was the whole time. No, I did not know you was his brother. So I continued to talk to him because a little backstory on my second baby daddy. Story time on how my baby daddy's brother became my baby daddy. So as I told y'all in the previous video, I never stopped talking to him when I found out. A little backstory on my second baby daddy that I was with for 7 years, the brother. When I was doing hair and everything in 2018, there was this girl that I became close to. Like, I stayed doing her braids, whatever. We started hanging out, started going out together, everything. So he ended up messing with her during the split up with us. I didn't know. And so we got back together, but I was still doing her hair. Like, she never showed nothing. Like, and then when she come over to get her hair done, he never showed no signs. So I felt so stupid at the end when I found out. So 2019, she was like, she was pregnant, told him the baby was his, all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't too much believe it because I was with him for so long and never got pregnant. So I didn't too much believe the baby was his. So the years went on. I found out the baby was his. I didn't feel no type of way about it. I ended up still staying. And then, yeah, so I kept fucking with the brother because I felt like I wasn't over my baby daddy of 7 years yet. We broke up June 2022. I started talking to his brother that I didn't know was his brother in November 2022. So I wasn't fully over him. So, of course, I still wanted some revenge. So when I found out that was his brother, I texted him. I was like, yeah, I found out who your brother is. And I'm with him. Like, I sent him videos of us having sex, everything. Like, yeah, I took it to the extreme. Story time on how my baby daddy brother became my baby daddy. So, like I said, I went to the extreme. I sent him the text messages and everything. He replied back that he didn't care because they don't even know him like that. He don't know them like that. They don't fuck with him, whatever. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm not hitting him where it hurt. So long story short, no, it didn't hurt him. Well, I don't know if it did because we never spoke or whatever. After that, even before that, we never spoke. Like, he went no contact because he was a narcissist. Like, he was so pissed off that I found out everything he was doing to me out of those 7 years. Like, I was with that boy since I was 16. Me and him done our part on raising my first daughter that's not his. So in 2022, he decided to go no contact because him cheating with women started getting worse. I should have left. I didn't. I should have left his brother. I didn't. That's another story time, y'all. So story time on how I fell in love with my baby daddy's brother. Coming next. I should have been put a name on the first baby daddy. His name is Jay. So Jay, I was with him from when I was 16 till I was 23. Q, I got with him when I was 23 till now I'm 26. So this is Jay. I was with him for 7 years. This is our 4-year-old. I had him in 2020. Story time on how my baby daddy brother became my baby daddy. Do I still mess with Jay? No. Me and Jay haven't spoke since June 2022 as far as ourselves. And then he don't do anything for my son. I'm not bashing him or anything because I don't mind taking care of my kids by myself. I had my first daughter at 14. She's now 12. I took care of her 11 years by myself. Her dad took care of her the first year. He been back and forth to jail and prison. So he haven't really been too involved. So I took care of her by myself. So I have no problem with taking care of my kids by myself. I don't do the child support thing. Where he's at, I don't know. Last time I heard, he left state. I don't talk to him. Out of nowhere, he called my son last year on his birthday. I don't interfere. You come around when you come around. He texted me a couple of days after my son's birthday, though. It was like, send me some nudes. Send you some nudes. So you don't know. Well, you know. You're not comprehending that I'm still fucking with your brother. And I got a baby by him. I'm not bouncing back and forth. I ain't that trifling, y'all. Now, I do admit, now that I done got older and the years done went by, that was real trifling to me. To keep talking to his brother after I found out. But at the time, I was hurt. And hurt people try to hurt people. And that's where that come into play. If I would have been in my right mind and not like all over the place about breaking up with my baby daddy of 7 years, I never would have done nothing like that. I promise y'all. Like, I never would have crossed that man a day in my life. Even after the little friend situation, I never would have crossed him. But by us being done and everything, like, I was hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I ended up in the crazy house. Like, I ended up on the toilet crying, throwing up, couldn't keep food down for days. Like, I felt like I was losing my mind because I was so attached to this boy. Like, I was with him from 16. Like, we went through everything together. Like, we was like freaking glue, literally. Everybody know. You couldn't see him without seeing me. We worked together. Like, when he was going through his homeless and stuff like that, I was with him. Like, we sleeping in my car. Like, but my auntie ended up letting us come stay with her. And so we stayed there. Then when I had turned 18, we ended up getting our own place or whatever. I held him down from when he was nothing, literally nothing. I've started selling drugs at 19 and providing for us. Then finally, when I was 21, I stopped. And he started his own concrete services or whatever, getting paid a lot of money. So he started backdooring for me. I ain't gonna cap, like, he done everything for me. Like, I didn't want or need for anything. My daughter didn't want or need for anything. When I had my son, he was paying daycare every week, watching him himself because I was working 2 jobs. Like, yeah. But then, like, he started getting higher up, making more money, and I felt like he changed up. He always been a hoe. That's not new. But it got worse. When the more money came, it got worse. So I started getting crazy. Busting out his windows, all that, because, like, you playing with me. Like, I stole his phone, went through it, found so much shit. Like, y'all, that boy broke me to my lowest. I mean, my lowest. Like, it was so bad. So, no, we don't speak. Do I hate him? No, I don't. Would I ever go back to him? No, I wouldn't. story time on how my baby daddy's brother became my baby daddy. So this is Quan and our baby Callie. I had her last year in 2024. She's 6 months now.